Hey, it's Joe. First of all, it's Monday, May 13th, 2024, and it's the day after Mother's Day, and I hope you guys had a good Mother's Day with your family. This is the first Mother's Day that I've had without my mom. I lost her last year, and so it was a little bit challenging, but we celebrated her memory and. Also, my wife is a pretty amazing mother as well, so we got to spend time with her. The reason I'm making this video today is because I want to talk about some of the massive changes that I've been making in my business and the way we've been doing business. I've been doing this business for 35 years, and I've used all these techniques in the past in one way or the other, but we keep adding to them. And I think this stuff is going to blow your mind. I want to go through this process and just talk about these new techniques that we've been doing because we've been working on them for the last 3 or 4 years. Everyone I've taught who's using these techniques, diligently, are seeing their incomes blow up, and even better than that, in my opinion, they're seeing their portfolio values skyrocket. It's great to have a healthy income, but the way you get rich in real estate is to own more property. You have to build your portfolio because if you do, it'll create generational wealth that'll feed you for the rest of your life. If you do it right, you'll learn how to build it so it pays off the mortgages quickly and gives you cash flow every month, even before it's paid off. My next 2-day buying event is coming up on June 8th and 9th, so just a little less than a month away. As my 6-month mentor students are starting to discover, my business model is changing. I've been talking a lot about it in our group coaching calls, and we're all teaching each other because we're testing and using cutting edge techniques that haven't been used quite this way before. I honestly sit in awe of the other investors in my coaching group. Some of them are absolute newbies with fire in their bellies and a willingness to learn. And some of them are grizzled old veterans like me with millions of dollars in deals under their belts who aren't surprised by anything. And they're all there for each other. That's the beauty of this, with lots of love and compassion and understanding for each other because they've all been there too. They all know what it takes to get up and running. It's always exciting to have them bring another win to the group because usually a deal that the whole group helped them, put together and develop and talk through. I don't know if you've ever been part of a mastermind group, but I can tell you from decades of experience that I've had with mine that there's nothing that'll help you succeed like surrounding yourself with like-minded, hungry, excited, creative individuals who will support you like you were family and kick your butt if you start spouting BS. I hate to sound like a 16-year-old cheerleader, but man, I'm excited by what we're all working on. This is the most fascinating and dynamic market I've ever seen since I started in 1986. We have tools today that make our lives so much easier. Some of these tools I've built personally, the auto marketer. Some of them we borrow or rent from other people. We also bring in others to help us. It's outsourcing. It's how you extract yourself from the business. It's how you sit back and work on your business instead of in your business. I'm going to get into great detail about how you do this at my event in June. There's going to be 5 types of investors that I'm willing to work with right now. And you need to ask yourself, do I fit into any of these categories? These are categories of people I'm helping to build $1-million portfolios and create 6-figure incomes. So here are my categories. I call this the investor ladder. So we'll start at the very top rung. Investors who have both money to invest and time to run a business. Number 2, second rung. Investors who have money to invest but no time to do the work. Those are going to be strictly passive investors. I do that with the GRS people that we're working with, the Get Rich Slow program. Number three, the third step on the rung, investors who have money to invest, but they don't have good credit. They can't get a mortgage, at least at the moment, but they've got cash to invest. Number four, investors who have no money, but they have good credit. They have FICO scores over 700, but they can't come up with any money to invest. Number five, investors who have no money to invest and they have bad credit. This is the way most investors start in this business, by the way. And like my grandpa Pete used to say, there's no shame in being poor. It's just damned inconvenient. But I'm telling you, we've all been there. So don't let this stop you. The people at the top of this ladder, this investor ladder, can make money with less effort. The people at the bottom of the list can also make money, but it requires more effort. Let's face it, if you don't have any money, you're going to have to put in more effort, at least for a little while. You can move yourself up the ladder pretty quickly if you do the work and use the techniques that I teach. Before long, you'll improve your skills, improve your credit, and raise the money you need to do more deals. They say you need money to make money, but I say if you can't make money with no money, you probably can't make money with money. Learn what I teach and implement it, and you'll move up that investor ladder. And here's the thing that surprises nearly everyone. It sure surprised me when I first figured it out. The rung that you stand on the ladder when you first get started is not a predictor for how much money you're going to make. Yeah. I mean, just because you have lots of money and great credit doesn't mean that you're going to make as much as the guy who doesn't have two nickels to rub together. And I'm not saying it's a crapshoot. It's not based on luck. It's based on knowledge and skill, or just raw money, cash to invest. You can do it with either money or work and skill. But if you don't have one, you'll need to put in the other. Raw money, by the way, won't make you money. You either have to find someone who knows how to make money for you, or you have to know how to do it yourself. Knowledge and skill combined with effort can make you money, even if you have no money or credit. It's very important to understand this distinction. And if you didn't get it, hit pause and go back and listen to this again, because it's such an important part of what I'm talking about here. All right. So if you're still with me, if you're still listening in here, you either have money to invest, one, or two, you're willing to put in the time to create skill and knowledge so that you can make money that way. This isn't digging ditches. You don't have to go through years of training. You can do this in 3 to 6 months. You can learn this process. It's not rocket science. I've got students who make more than brain surgeons, and they learned and created their businesses in months, not years. I'm going to teach you how to do all this on June 8th and 9th at the 2-day buying event. It's 2 full days of training. My 2-day event will be held on Zoom, so you can sit in the comfort of your own home and watch and participate. And we'll spend all day together on both days, and you'll learn techniques that I guarantee are going to blow your mind. You'll also become part of my mentor program and get access to the password protected training vault that I give to all my students. And you'll be invited to my bi-weekly coaching calls with my mastermind group and be allowed to send me your questions and contracts to review by email between those calls. And the response that you get when you send those emails will be from me personally. I don't delegate this work to anyone. I'm there for you. I'm your mentor. I don't believe that you get into a mentor program and then have one of the hired hands be your mentor. You want the guy who created the program. Here are some of the things I'm going to teach you to do during this weekend and during the 6 months that follow in my 6-month program. How to turn a $200,000 investment into $100,000 a year for the rest of your life without doing anything. Your investment does the work for you. This is the ultimate in passive investing, and you have to have money to do this. If you don't have money to do this, we're going to talk about other things too. We're going to teach you how to build a $1 million portfolio in 2 years with no money and no credit using 5 zero-down structure techniques that I use every day. I call it the hierarchy of zero-down structures. You're also going to learn to use software to automate 90% of your real estate investing business. It's become that sophisticated, truly. But don't stress out over it. If you can use email, you can use our system. I'm going to teach you all the tools that I use so that you can automate 90% of your business just with one piece of software. You'll also learn how to outsource 9% of your real estate business so that you only have to do 1% of the work. So 90% automated, 9% outsourced, 1% you. You really can run an active real estate investing business on 8 to 10 hours a week if you set it up properly. I personally do it in less time than that. If you like to work more and you enjoy working, you'll make even more and you'll do it faster. I've got a lot of people that love this business and they just want to keep working at it, and it's where they put their focus, and I have to kick them in the butt sometimes to try to encourage them to take some time off and live and enjoy the fruits of their labor. I'll teach you how to bring in an endless stream of motivated buyer and seller leads to work with you for pennies per lead. You'll even learn how to make money on properties that you buy for full price in a seller's market. We've had to learn how to do this over the last 4 years because the market all over the country has been booming. You can build your wealth in just a few years. And the secret is in how you acquire the properties, what kind you acquire, where you acquire them, and how you manage them. I'm going to teach you all those things. You'll also learn how, when the market finally turns, to build a bank balance like Scrooge McDuck. And the market is turning right now. I mean, you need to be ready. You need to understand what to do and how to do it so you can strike when the iron is hot. Big market adjustments happen every 15 or 20 years. I've been through 2 of them in my entire career. The first one was in 1991, and that took me down because I was an idiot. The second one, and I didn't listen to myself. If I had somebody like me teaching me at the time, I wouldn't have made those same mistakes. The second one in 2008 made me a fortune because I was ready for it. The market crashed. I made money. Did you miss that last one? Are you ready for this one? You'll also learn how to make amazing deals, even when interest rates are high. I started this business when interest rates were 18% for 30-year mortgages. When it finally went down to 11%, we thought we were in hog heaven. If you're waiting for interest rates to change, you're being left behind. If you work in the right areas, your investments will skyrocket. I'll show you where we're working, where the market is appreciating on average 10% per year. And this is based on 30-year averages. I can't think of too many things in business that are more consistent than appreciation in value in properties over the years. Even though we've seen declines happen every once in a while, it always comes back. If you buy a $300,000 property starting today, next year, it'll be worth $330,000. If you buy 3 of these houses, you'll have made $90,000 in 1 year for doing nothing except owning the property. And that doesn't include the money that you make on cash flow monthly, down payment assistance, income that we create because the way we structure the deals, tax depreciation, down payment on the note, or income from lease option tenants or renters. So by this calculation, you lose about $10,000 a month by doing nothing. So how long are you going to procrastinate? Now, my program's not for everyone. You have to fit into one of the criteria above and be willing to show up for 2 days in June. My 6-month mentor program costs $10,000. It's not cheap. It's almost as expensive as going to college for a semester. If you are a member of my cash flow newsletter subscription, which costs, it's a printed newsletter that I send out every month. It's $39.95 a month. If you're a member of that, I'll give you a discount on my mentor program of 30%, so $3,000 off. So that brings it down to $7,000. And if you're not a member, you can sign up. You can start the program with $2,000 initially and make payments of $416.67 a month for 12 months. So a total of $7,000. And if you pay in a lump sum instead of making payments, I'll reduce the price by another $1,300. That means your total cost, if you do it in a lump sum, is $5,700. And in that cost, I'm also going to include 6 months of AutoMarketer usage. The normal cost of the AutoMarketer is $199 a month, so a $1,200 savings for that. Now, I've never made my program this affordable before. I've never had such cutting-edge material to teach. I've never seen such amazing success stories with my students. And go check them out if you're interested. I'll put a link below. The case study, it's at casestudy2.zerodowninvesting.com. I'm looking for people who want to have great income and build a multi-million-dollar portfolio. If you're interested, give me a call. My phone number is 317-598-1220. You can ask me any questions that I haven't covered on my webpage. My webpage is zerodowninvesting.com. Spell out zero, Z-E-R-O, downinvesting.com, and get all the details about this program and what's included. And if you would, do that before you call me. I'd appreciate it. I want to make sure it's something you want to do before we talk. When you call, I'm also going to ask you questions to make sure you understand what I'm offering and that you're a good fit to work with me and my group. First, you have to fit into one of the categories above. I need to know which one you're in. And second, you need to be willing to put in 8 to 10 hours a week learning this material and putting it into practice. You don't have to do that for the rest of your life, just to get going. Third, no whiners or complainers are allowed. Only people with positive attitudes should apply. I really don't need negative energy in my life for my group, and neither do any of my other people that I work with. This rule is my way of protecting my students as well as making my life better. There's a thing called opportunity costs. If you don't do something, you lose money. Based on my calculations that I talked about previously, just 3 properties over the next year makes you $10,000 a month. Doing nothing loses you that same $10,000 a month. And by the way, if you love real estate investing, we have a great time at these events. I think you'll love being there. If you don't like real estate investing, you shouldn't even be here. Watch your emails in the days to come. I'll be telling you more about what I'm going to be teaching. I'll be creating some more videos like this. I've really just barely scratched the surface. So if you're interested, read the webpage about the program that outlines everything, zerodowninvesting.com. If that makes sense to you, give me a call, 317-598-1220. I've been having a lot of fun these days, more fun than I've had in years, and I hope you're going to join us. These new techniques are exciting me, and I think they're going to make a huge difference, not just in my life, but in yours as well. So good luck. Let me know if you'd like to join us. Take care.